Oh my god. Oh my god. You take a team that is beloved by the fans, that is beloved by the internet community and by casuals. You take a team who was destined to win multiple tag team titles, to be one of the greatest teams of all time. You take a team who is white hot with merchandise, who is white hot when they first came in to the main roster, who was white hot on NXT. You take a tag team that was being compared to the likes of the New Age Outlaws. You take a team and you bury them. You take a team and you don't do nothing with them. You take a team and you put them in KFC ads about golden Georgia chicken. You take a team to make one of the members of the team look inferior, to make him look like a fucking, a bumbling idiot. You take a team whose reputation who will now be forgotten about. You take one man's career to be potentially shot up, and another man's career to be flat. Flatter than anything else on this earth. That's what happened. The rise and fall of Big Cass and Enzo ended tonight. It just flat out ended tonight. I have nothing to say. I really have nothing to say from what we saw here tonight. Now, overall, Raw tonight, I will say this. A lot better show than last week. It's so, a lot happened tonight. A lot of bullshit happened tonight. We'll talk about that in a moment. But just because of what, I'm really trying to grind my teeth. Just because of what happened tonight with Braun Strowman coming back, great promos between Lesnar and Samoa Joe. The Samoa Joe Roman Reigns match, I'm going to say this, it was actually a pretty decent match. I will say that. And when Cass turning heel was one of my negatives tonight, but something happened, I want to give this show a thumbs up. I want to give this show a thumbs up. A very hesitant thumbs up. Before I continue, before I actually, go on and give a review of the show. Hey, what's up, guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling, and this is my Monday Night Raw review tonight for June 19th, 2017. Before we begin here, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel, be sure to follow me on Twitter and like Facebook page, where both links are down below. I was on fire tonight on Twitter. I was Twitter fingers all night. But tell your friends and family, come and join the JD Venom Nation on YouTube. The consensus from the people who watched the show tonight is either Raw was great or Raw was shit. I'm in the middle. I'm like at a 5 out of 10. Maybe, don't want to say 6 out of 10. I don't want to go that far. But maybe a 5 out of 10. Maybe, close to 6, 5.5. How about that? 5.5 out of 10. That's where I'm kind of, that's where I'm kind of at right now with all this. That is where I'm kind of at right now with all this, guys. And I'm just more in shock more than anything else. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say, about this here. This show tonight was anything special at all as far as show overall, but back to Big Cass and Enzo. Because that's the hot take, and that's what closed the show off. I'm really trying to gather my thoughts together because I called the heel turn for Big Cass. I thought they were going to show the Revival being, being the actual team, or the guys to actually attack Enzo and Cass, and have Cass eventually turn heel on Enzo because of the fact that he got frustrated with protecting Enzo. They played along that storyline tonight, and that's where they're going to be going here with it. But you take this tag team, who's supposed to be, on paper, one of the greatest tag teams that WWE has ever had in their company, but you do nothing with them. You should have put the tag team titles on when you had. I think you broke them up way too early. What is Big Cass going to do on Raw? What is he going to do on Raw? I mean, they're gonna build him up, obviously. And, this man, oh, Big Cass penis. Wow. You can't teach that. What is Big Cass gonna do? He's gonna be lost in the shuffle. Or someone's gonna get lost in the shuffle. You got Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman. That's 6 guys right there. That is 6 guys right there. Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure I'm missing other people here too. I mean, that's 8 guys right there. Big Cass now. 9 guys? Do you really believe that Big Cass will be a guy that could be, contending for the Universal Championship, like, within the next few months? No. No way. We still don't know what the hell is actually going to happen with Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar. Those 4 guys right there are going to be, down the line, all the way maybe up until WrestleMania with those 4 guys. I don't see Big Cass, doing anything that's gonna be great. Not right now. Not right now. So why break him up? Why break him up if you're not? I don't see Big Cass being in that upper echelon, in that upper mid. I see him in the upper mid card, but not in that top tier. And I just named Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor. Finn Balor's another one. That's 5. I don't see Big Cass as top 5 material on Raw. I don't. And I'm forgetting about Seth Rollins. How can I forget about Seth Rollins? I mean, naming off everybody but Seth Rollins. That's 6. So my bad. Big Cass, he's not part of the top 6. You could probably say he is part of the top 6 technically because Brock Lesnar's not there. But when Goldberg comes back for a match, when Triple H comes back for a match, because you know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with Big Cass? He's going to be nearly jerking the curtain. He's going to be nearly, and he's going to be on TV, but I just don't see him being that guy. Not right now. Why do it now? I know he has a great upside. I know what his promo tonight, I'm not taking away from him. He told the truth. And you could tell in Enzo's eyes, it hurt him, it hurt Cass as well. You know what I mean? That was a little bit of realism to it. I'm actually getting tweets from some people saying this is real or fake. Really? Come on, guys. You've been watching, I don't know how long you guys have been watching wrestling, but that was clearly kayfabe. But I just don't understand why they do it now. If they were on SmackDown, I would be a little bit more lenient towards this, because SmackDown doesn't have as many stars. But again, I'm gonna name these guys off again. You got Seth Rollins, I don't want to forget about him. You got Finn Balor, you got Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and I'm missing another guy. I'm missing another guy all of a sudden now, because there's so many fucking guys on Raw. But be that as it may, you know what I mean? I think I missed. I said Roman Reigns. Now I'm actually trying to get this right. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Okay. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, and there's a 6th guy in there. I don't fucking remember. Whatever. It doesn't. That's how stacked Raw is, because I can't remember everybody. Which is fucking sad. I should be remembering everybody off top of my head like that. But the fact that I can't remember that is pretty damn bad. But you know, no, Dean Ambrose, he's not even part of top 7. He's not. I wouldn't put Dean Ambrose sucks right now. I wouldn't put him over Big Cass. I really wouldn't. Again, guys, if you guys are watching this here, I am doing this here live on YouTube, so I will be responding to the chat every now and then. If I don't respond, guys, I'm trying to do the review here. I hope you guys understand that. This is mostly for the audience who watches this back here. So, but be that as it may, you know, again, Big Cass turning heel. Don't agree with it. I knew it was gonna happen. Don't agree with it though, and it's just that they're rushing this. That's what Monday Night Raw does. That's what WWE does. They rush things. I don't know why they rush things. I don't know why they do the things that they do, but they completely rush this angle. I don't know why they couldn't wait a couple more weeks and build this match up to SummerSlam. Why would you do this 2 weeks before Great Balls of Fire? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Are you trying to build up a match between CASS and Enzo at fucking, at fucking, Great Balls of Fire? They don't think down the road, WWE. If I were to turn Big Cass heel, this is what I would have done. I would have done this differently. I would have had the Revival. As I mentioned before, I mentioned this in the Game Over podcast. I mentioned this on my other Monday Night Raw reviews. I will have the Revival be the team to attack Enzo and Cass. That'll be a great way to get Revival back on TV. That'll be a great way to get them a win over Big Cass and Enzo Amore. And eventually, because the frustration of Big Cass always protecting Enzo, he will turn heel that way. It will put over another team and also get the job done, the actual direction that you're looking forward to do with Big Cass. How come they couldn't do, the Revival being the attackers tonight? Then have Big Cass turn heel at Great Balls of Fire. You're rushing it 2 weeks early. You could have done this at Great Balls of Fire. The same exact thing. But you didn't. You could have had Cass attack Enzo after the match. And, after Enzo's like, maybe Enzo accidentally hits Cass or something. Something happens to where that Cass just gets to his boiling point, gets frustrated, and attacks Enzo. Then we'll do the explanation the next night on Raw. But no, they want to rush it. WWE knows what's best. They know exactly what's going on. Every single Monday, they know exactly what's going on. They rush it too fucking early. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments in this video, because I truly think that if WWE would have actually did the angle with the Revival, showed them as the attackers, even though it would have been obvious, showed them as the attackers, have them be in a contest at Great Balls of Fire, because Dash Wilder, he's cleared to come back. He's cleared. He was cleared to come back. You could have done that at Great Balls of Fire. Then, after, Enzo accidentally hits Big Cass or something of that nature, Big Cass gets frustrated, attacks Enzo, then do the explanation the next night on Raw. What's the matter with that? What is the matter with that? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on if I'm being an asshole here, if I don't know wrestling, but I think that could have worked a lot better. A lot better than what we just saw tonight. Now again, what Cass said was good. What he said was good. He was like, oh, you're stupider than what you look. I'm tired of protecting you. The typical thing of what we said, what we think that this feud was gonna come about. So I liked it. I liked for what he said, because he spoke the truth. It was a little rocky at first. All he did was gave Enzo a big boot. There was if you guys remember from back in the day, GTV, Corey Graves gets up and, and I'll go through the whole segment right now. So basically, Kurt Angle comes out. He calls out Big Cass and Enzo. You know what I mean? He was like, Big Cass was all like, after we find out who the tackle is, you're gonna be SAWFT, so he got one more, yeah, we know what that is. So, with that being said, Kurt Angle calls out the Revival, calls out Big Show, okay? Kurt Angle, says that that Cass fell a lump on the back of his head. And Kurt Angle's the worst detective of all time. Let's just say that. Let's just call it what it is. Kurt Angle is the worst detective of all time. Mick Foley figured out, who ran over Stone Cold. And it was Rikishi. He figured that out all by himself. Kurt Angle's the worst detective of all time. But let's get back to the point here. He calls out the Big Show, basically says that, that Big Cass had a big lump in the back of his head, and actually, Enzo was attacked by, it felt like he got hit by a truck. Basically, Kurt Angle asked, "Oh, was it you, Big Show?" Big Show's like, "Oh, no, it wasn't me. We went through this. We went up and down the road, blah, 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 blah." Yeah, whatever. Big Show leaves. He asks about the Revival. The Revival's pretty much all like, we're top guys. They are the top guys, though. Great to see Revival back on TV. They say, yeah, we're top guys. We do top guy stuff. We won't want to waste our time with Enzo and Cass. This time we're innocent. I know we don't have a good relationship with the WWE universe. Blah 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 blah. Then out of nowhere, Corey Graves is all like, well, you know what? I think I can assist. And Corey Graves, he's like a fucking mob boss. I don't know what is going on with Corey Graves right now, but Corey Graves is like a fucking mob boss right now. I don't know what they're trying to do with Corey Graves. If he's gonna be like the new source of information, if he's gonna be like the Dave Meltzer of Monday Night Raw, just leaking stuff and knowing stuff that other people don't know. He's gonna be the Dave Meltzer. I think that's gonna be his new gimmick. I'm Dave Meltzer. I'm Corey Meltzer. Can you imagine that shit? My name's Corey Meltzer. Whatever. He basically says that you know who attacked Enzo, or he said no, he didn't say that. He said that, well, I don't know who attacked Enzo. I don't know who attacked. I think he said who attacked you, but he does know. He does have video footage on who attacked Enzo, or I'm sorry, who attacked Cass. A couple weeks ago, or whatever it was, last week or whatever, when he was laid out, and basically, they had a GTV type video, which is fucking funny. The black and white camera. You can see Cass like looking all over the place, like like, oh my god, hoping no one sees me. He gets like a little door, lays it down, and he just lays down. He just lays down on the ground, makes it seem like he's injured, and pretty much after that, Enzo's looking. And Cass is looking like he's like, oh fuck, they finally found out, and Corey Graves all like, oh, he did it, Big Cass did it, and Big Cass like, yeah, damn right I did it. All I can think of is, it's true, I did it. I did it for The Rock. Twitter's blowing up right now about this here. Why? I have no idea. Pro Wrestling Sheet just put Enzo and Cass 2013 through 2017. Like, oh my god. Like, why is everybody so emotional about this? Am I the only one that gives a fuck but not really gives a fuck? I mean, I give a fuck, but I really don't give a fuck. They didn't do shit with this team. They didn't do shit with this team whatsoever. They should have done a lot more. Should have been at least tag team champions at least twice. Should have won at WrestleMania. Well, they would have won at WrestleMania if it weren't for the Hardys, but I'd rather take the Hardys back over Enzo and Cass anyway, because we may still get the Broken Universe, but whatever. But I think they broke up a year too early. They could have saved us till next year. I know WWE likes to live in the moment. They want to try to push Big Cass now. I understand that, but it's kind of like the Rockers. The Rockers. And this is kind of unfair to compare. Rockers, who never won the WWE Tag Team titles, well, they Yeah, if you do remember, they kind of won, but they didn't. But it's not in the record books that they never won tag team titles. It's kind of like Crime Time. Crime Time was over as shit. Never won the tag team titles. You know what I mean? Not as over as Enzo and Cass. I'm not saying that Crime Time was over as Enzo and Cass, but they were over, and fans wanted to see them win the tag team titles, and they had a shot at, I think, like it was like SummerSlam 2009 against Jericho. Didn't happen. You could have had Enzo and Cass won. Merchandise was out the ass with Enzo and Cass. To rival New Day, not necessarily. Not necessarily to rival New Day, because New Day's merchandise is a lot more than Enzo and Cass. But they still sold merchandise. Why would you break that up, WWE? Enzo ain't gonna sell merchandise by itself. Big Cass is not gonna sell merchandise by itself. So why would you do it? Why would you do it? I don't fucking know why you would do it. Because you're rushing into shit that doesn't need to be rushed into. I've been talking about this for the past 20 minutes, guys. I've been talking about this for the past 20 minutes because there's nothing else to talk about on this show tonight. That's why. Except Braun Strowman. We're gonna get into that in a moment. And Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. And I will say Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe as well. They put on a pretty damn good match tonight. But thoughts. Where does Samoa Joe, I'm sorry, not Samoa Joe. Where does Big Cass go from here? Well, he's going to feud against Enzo. He's going to beat Enzo in the feud. Then what's going to be after that? I don't want to say mid-card title because Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. So where is he going to go from here? Is he going to feud with Cass for the... is he going to feud with Enzo for the next 3, 4, 5 months? I can see something like that happening with WWE because I don't think WWE knows a clear direction what they're going to do with Cass after Enzo. I truly don't have the faith in Monday Night Raw, in the writers for Monday Night Raw, to give me the faith that Big Cass, that they have a clear vision for Big Cass after Enzo. Finn Balor? Seth Rollins? I don't believe Seth Rollins versus Big Cass. I don't believe Finn Balor versus Big Cass. Oh yeah, come at me, because I think Finn Balor would take out Big Cass. That's just my opinion. I don't see Big Cass being in the same ring in a magnitude type of match against Roman Reigns, against Samoa Joe, against Seth Rollins, against Brock Lesnar. I don't see that. I don't. I see him being a mid-card guy. You got a lot of guys on Monday Night Raw right now that you gotta... It's way too many guys that they're trying to push. It's way too many guys. There is a point where you're pushing too many people. There's some people that have to be put on the back burner. You got Miz. You got Dean Ambrose. You got Elias Sampson. You got Finn Balor. Seth Rollins. Samoa Joe. Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns. You know, even though Brock Lesnar's not there half the time. Goldberg. Whenever he comes back. You know what I mean? Triple H. That's a spot too. I know I'm talking about maybe WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, but a spot is a spot. Did I mention The Miz and Dean Ambrose? I didn't I? That's too many fucking people. Too many singles. Let's look at the tag teams on Monday Night Raw, shall we? We've officially got the Titus brand, as I told you guys. Oh, there's going to be a Titus brand tag team. And people are like, oh, you're not going to be a tag team. What happened tonight? Titus brand. You got the Revival. You got the Hardys. You got Sheamus and Cesaro. You got Heath Slater and Rhino. They might forget anybody. I may be forgetting somebody. It may be an obsolete tag team. But I think that's probably tag team division because Monday Night Raw's tag team division is not good whatsoever. If I'm missing somebody, I apologize. But you could have kept them together as a tag team. If you were going to do this angle, do it maybe around Survivor Series. Or maybe going into Royal Rumble so that you have a WrestleMania match. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit at the wall. I'm just trying to see if it sticks. But Enzo, where does he go from here? He's going to lose to Big Cass. I would put Enzo in the Cruiserweight division. Why, you may ask? Why would you put Enzo in the Cruiserweight division, you may ask? The reason why is because that you're not going to do anything with him anyway as a single star. His ceiling is very, very low as a singles wrestler. Especially if you're going to have him in the main division. I don't see him going for the IC championship. Definitely don't see him going against, Enzo versus Lesnar, Enzo versus Roman Reigns. Shut the fuck up. I don't see anything like that with Enzo. There's two things you can do with Enzo. Either put him in the cruiserweight division or make him a manager of some sorts with somebody. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing I can see. I don't see him going very far. His career is very, very limited at this point. And it sucks. It's not his fault. It's genetics. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what it is, genetics. He's not big. He's not brawny. His in-ring ability is very, very limited as well. He's not a great in-ring performer. He can talk on the stick, though. His in-ring performance is average at best. Average at best is Enzo in the ring. I don't see anything I don't see anything going forward with them at all. Put him in the cruiserweight division. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there, well, you just say he's not a great wrestler. Well, fuck, what else are you going to do with him anyway? Either have him on Monday Night Raw, or have him on fucking Superstars looking like a fucking asshole, getting jobbed out to Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Finn Balor looks like a giant compared to Enzo Amore. I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm talking about overall stature, overall, appearance. The gimmick. I don't see Enzo going far. And I like Enzo. I like Enzo, but I'm speaking the truth. I'm not going to bullshit you guys like some of these other people will on YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and be like, well, Enzo, he has a chance. I can see him beat Intercontinental Championship. Oh, do you see Enzo versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship? Maybe, yeah. I'll be honest, maybe, yeah. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it on paper. I can't just see that like, oh, Enzo versus Miz. You know what I mean? Survivor Series. You know what I mean? I can't see that. I can only see, the only way I can see Enzo performing every week on a week-to-week basis is on 205 Live. Can you imagine promos between him and Austin Aries? And I mean, or a promo between him and Neville? Like I said, the wrestling ain't gonna be great with Enzo. You know what I mean? It's gonna be average at best. You know what I mean? He's not terrible in the ring. I will say he's not terrible in the ring at all. But I can just see on what WWE's mindset would be with Enzo, and it's clear cut on paper. You got Shawn Michaels and Big Cass, not comparing him to Shawn Michaels, and Amari Jannetty and Enzo Amore. I may be comparing him to Amari Jannetty as far as his career, his ceiling is very short. He's gonna be a good hand on the mic. That's one thing that Janae cannot do. Janae cannot talk worth the fuck. So that is the only thing that's saving Enzo's career in the WWE. Because of this. You're put him with the Cruiserweight division, or just simply make him a manager. Because either one or the other, anything outside of that is not going to work. It's just not going to work whatsoever. I don't want to see Enzo in dumb, love storylines with one of the women on the women's division. I don't want to see, Enzo, having a love affair with Alicia Fox, with Bayley, with Alexa Bliss. I can see that now. Enzo and Alexa Bliss love storyline. And where Enzo at the end of the day will look like a fucking idiot. Can you imagine the Survivor Series team this year coming up? Just like last year, the mascot being James Ellsworth. Can you imagine the Raw's mascot this year being Enzo Amore? I can see that. I can't see him on the fucking, Raw roster team. I can see Finn Balor. I can see Samoa Joe. I can see Seth Rollins. I can see Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? I can see Bray Wyatt, The Miz, Dean Ambrose. I can see those guys all on the Survivor Series team before Enzo. And just Enzo being in the back, just being there's nothing else that you could do with Enzo at this point. Big Cass. Get him to SmackDown. Have him team up with Carmella. Be a heel faction. Or a heel group. That's the I definitely see, and I'm saying this now, next year's draft or Superstar Shakeup, whatever the hell you want to call it, Big Cass is going to SmackDown. He is. He's going to SmackDown. And they can finally start building him up there. But right now, that's why I don't like I don't like this happening now, because Big Cass will have to be on Raw for almost nearly an entire year, probably about 10 months, before they do a Superstar Shakeup again. At least 10 months. It may be longer. Maybe next year's Superstar Shakeup is going to be in July. We don't know. WWE changes mind all the fucking time. We don't fucking know. Man. Terrible breakup tonight. And I got nothing else left to say about that. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Back watching this live on YouTube. Other than that, tonight, Monday Night Raw. Well, let me get into the other thing here right now. We have Roman Reigns. This is the other major thing tonight. It's in my thumbnail. It's my thumbnail picture. We have Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. This match was actually brought to us earlier tonight with Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe doing a promo. During the match, towards the end of the match, we see Samoa Joe, pretty much, actually, Samoa Joe, he gets knocked down by Roman Reigns. Reigns is preparing for the spear. He's preparing for the spear, and basically from there, we see an ambulance being backing up into the arena. The door swings open, and we see Braun Strowman looking like fucking Frankenstein, from a 1930s movie, just coming out of the fucking slab. Like, this guy won't fucking die, is Braun Strowman. He comes out, fans get a huge pop on that. I popped. I kind of figured they probably would have been here tonight or maybe the next week. But he's here tonight, and he just yells, and he walks through backstage, coming out to the ring. Joe takes advantage, puts the coquina clutch on Roman Reigns. Reigns fades away, and Samoa Joe wins. After the match, Braun Strowman comes out. Huge fucking pop. You know what? You can say what you want about Roman Reigns. I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan. We know this. I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan. Just mainly because of what WWE, on how they push Roman Reigns. But it was so damn good seeing Braun Strowman back tonight. Monday Night Raw, and I'm gonna say this with the Big Cass heel turn, and with Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, that's gonna be a white hot thing. And with with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns now gonna have a ambulance match, which came out of this segment here tonight at Great Balls of Fire. Monday Night Raw in Los Angeles, by the way, next week is gonna be a must-see show. I'm saying this wholeheartedly. I am actually excited for Monday Night Raw next week. Is it gonna deliver? We don't know, because we know how Monday Night Raw is. We know how Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn with his fucking beaver fucking teeth. You know what I mean? I can pull a JD from NY. I can pull a fucking Jim Cornette here. I'm not gonna do that. But what I will say is that when Braun Strowman came out there to the ring and basically saying, "I'm not finished with you," it's fucking great. It's fucking great. It's like Braun Strowman has he's like a fucking a pull the string bear. He has like 3 catchphrases. Braun, you pull the string again. "I'm not finished with you." Pull the string again. You know what I mean? And it says something else. Just great. Just great. Basically he does a reverse choke slam, slams down Reigns, and the fans are chanting one more time. He doesn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that, of course. And he says he will see Roman Reigns at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view in an ambulance match. Fans pop, and Braun Strowman leaves the arena. Thoughts about this? I truly think that Braun Strowman is going to beat Roman Reigns. The rumor match right now is Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman at Survivor. I'm sorry. What the fuck's the matter with me? At SummerSlam. That may change. We don't know because this feud is hot between Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. So you know what that means, guys. This is going to be a must-see pay-per-view now, all of a sudden. Great Balls of Fire. And I made a joke. I was like, what if Great Balls of Fire is going to be one of the best pay-per-views of the year? I'm not saying that it is. But just with the name, I find it funny. But, be that as it may, guys, you know, it's going to be a very hard-hitting match. I expect Braun Strowman to win. I don't really see Braun Strowman coming back and basically losing to Roman Reigns. I can't fathom and see that happen. And it is a gimmick match as well. You can still protect Roman all you can. I mean, because I know that, you know, that Vince McMahon and creative, they don't want Roman to be pinned. That is the direction with Roman Reigns. Do not have him pinned. If you're gonna have him have him lose in a gimmick match. I see him losing in this gimmick match here at Great Balls of Fire. What happens with Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, we don't know. I have to see Great Balls of Fire to determine that first. Because I'm really on the line to seeing if Samoa Joe is going to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm really on the line to see if, you know, to see what's going to happen, you know, after the Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns match. I'm really on the line. I'm on the line about it. What I can see what's going to happen is that Braun Strowman defeats Roman Reigns. Defeats Roman Reigns at Great Balls of Fire. I can see that happening. But what I can also see happening is Braun Strowman, after he takes care of Roman Reigns, he focuses on Brock Lesnar because he's not finished with Brock Lesnar. Remember the promo. Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. I can see something like that happen. It protects Samoa Joe. It will protect Lesnar. It will protect Braun. So what's going to happen with Braun? What's going to happen with Joe and Lesnar? Are they going to have another match? I don't fucking know at this point. It is too much going on at this point, which is good. It gets us guessing, it gets us thinking, it gets us wondering on what the hell's going to happen, which is good. It's not, I will say this, it's not going to be predictable with those four guys. We don't know. Is Roman going to beat, you know, I will say this. It gets more predictable if Roman beats Braun. I don't see that happening, though. It gets way more predictable if Roman beats Braun. If Roman beats Braun in the ambulance match, not only that's bad booking, bad decision, because you're going to bury Braun at that point, it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Guaranteed. They're not going to do Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. I don't see it happening. Especially since they had that match tonight. If Roman Reigns wins, which I don't suspect him to, if WWE wants to do things right, do not have Roman beat Braun. It does not make sense. It doesn't. It buries another guy. It buries another guy. You cannot do it. And this is just not, you know, me disliking, you know, Roman Reigns. It is what makes sense. You have Roman lose to Braun, have Braun maybe interfere, or I can see something of that nature happening. Or maybe come out, let's say if Lesnar wins, maybe Braun comes out after the match. There's so many scenarios that's going on through my head right now that I can't even think of them and get them all out through my lips. So much stuff. But thinking of this all here really, really, really gets me anticipated for Great Balls of Fire. Is it going to be a good show? I hope it is. I really hope it is. But knowing WWE, knowing Monday Night Raw, they will always, always find a way to disappoint us. And I really have nothing else to say about that. I mean, let me know what you think about that down in the comments. But Braun Strowman's back. And I see many scenarios. The official scenario that I got in my head, though, right now, that I think I'm going to be going with. Braun beats Roman in the ambulance match. My God, man, this is so tough between. I really want Samoa Joe to win, but at this point, it's going to be very, very, very hard to convince myself that he's going to win. Lesnar beats Joe, and that hurts me to say that. I may have to come back to you guys on this next week. But as of right now, this is not the official predictions yet, because that's what my video is gonna be about, my official predictions. But as of right now, Braun beats Roman. Lesnar beats Joe. Braun, Lesnar, stare down at the end of Great Balls of Fire. Or maybe Braun attacks Lesnar. I can see something like that happening. It would be a good moment. It would be holy shit. It will be a yes, yes, yes. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If you like to see Joe versus Lesnar, even though Joe's a lot better in the ring, just the dynamic between Braun and Lesnar, I want to see it. I just want to see it. One time only. 1 or 2 times only. That's it. We saw what Braun Strowman could do against Big Show. They put 2 matches that they put on was 2 good big man matches. And I don't really like big man wrestling, but I'm a guy that gives credit where credit is due, and I'm not going to bullshit you. If I think it's good, I'm going to tell you that it's good. If I think it sucks, I'm going to tell you that it sucks. I think that Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, I think that could be a surprisingly good match. Not match of the year. Not worst match of all time. I think it could be surprisingly good if they do it correctly. If they do it correctly. Because, we didn't think that Braun Strowman Big Show was going to be good. We all moaned and groaned when we first saw that match. But, damn. They pulled a pretty damn good match. Damn, they broke the ring, like... They broke the ring and fucking, the referee nearly died in the process between their 2 matches. So, that's what I think about the whole Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar situation. We'll get back to Joe and Lesnar later on. But we open up Monday Night Raw tonight. And this is going back to Roman Reigns here. Roman Reigns comes out. He's out to make his big SummerSlam announcement. And I totally forgot that was what was based around the show was Roman Reigns' SummerSlam announcement. He comes out to the ring, gets mixed reactions, of course. He says that not like this, but he cannot be beaten one-on-one when it comes down to it. He said, ask Bray Wyatt, ask Finn Balor, ask his little brother Seth Rollins, ask Braun Strowman. Well, you know what? Ask Finn Balor, ask Seth Rollins. Really? Really, Roman? Are you really that fucking dumb? Who's writing this shit for you? Who's writing this shit for Roman Reigns? If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I may be an asshole or something, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Finn Balor beat you the first night of the brand split? Cleanly? Hey, you forgot about that, right? The WWE wants you to forget about that. But I'm going to be the guy that's going to shed the light on that. Didn't Seth Rollins beat you clean at Money in the Bank? I think he did. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Reigns also brags on retiring the Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. The fans chant Taker. Reigns says he respects Taker and Taker respects him because Reigns beat him. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, Roman. I'm pretty sure Taker was backstage sucking your dick after WrestleMania 33. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Reigns doesn't care who has the WWE Universal title after Great Balls of Fire, Brock Lesnar or that guy Joe, because he will be the number one contender at SummerSlam. Why? Because this is his yard and he makes the rules around here. And after that, we see Samoa Joe comes out. Joe gets in Reigns' face and says, must have forgotten his name. First, he was offended, but he understands Reigns had to come out and make a case for his big announcement. Joe says his name wasn't on that list of people Reigns has beaten because he's never defeated Samoa Joe. Well, he never went up against him one-on-one either, Joe, but whatever, right? Whatever, but Joe reintroduced himself. He says, I am Samoa Joe, and he's the number one contender for and the next WWE Universal Champion. Reigns says he never thought he would agree with Paul Heyman, but he was right last week. Reigns says Joe will never be Samoa Joe to him. And pretty much after that there, Joe hits Reigns with a headbutt. They brawl. Basically, he tried to go for the cocaine and clutch. And basically, Reigns comes back with a Superman punch, of course. And that was it. One thing I do hate about this is that Reigns kind of, I don't want to say he tried to bury Samoa Joe, but he's like, oh, I don't know his name. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, come on. Like, he's been on Raw for a few months now, and you pretend like you don't know his name. Like, get the fuck out of here. Comes back with Superman punch, of course, and that was our segment. We did get the match to be announced of Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, and later tonight. We get the Hardys versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows they need to be repackaged. They need to be repackaged as Tex Ferguson and Chad Too Bad from Southpaw Regional Wrestling, because I think that's the only way that these guys will get back over. WWE has killed the club. They have killed the club. They need to be repackaged. They need to be put with Finn Balor. They need to be put with AJ Styles, because them two by themselves is not going to go anywhere. Just like Enzo, their careers are pretty much fucked on Monday Night Raw. They should not be losing any matches. They should not. They should be, honestly, they should be tag team champions right now. They should be tag team champions right now. They should be the most dominant team in the WWE, but they do not utilize them the way that they're supposed to. Sheamus and Cesaro should not even be a fucking tag team. They shouldn't. They should be singles. They should be in that mid-card. I don't see Sheamus being, a Universal Champion or World Champion, not anytime soon, probably not again. I see Cesaro being that guy that could potentially be that guy as far as Universal Champion or WWE Champion, but probably not really. And it's kind of sad for me to say because I like Cesaro, but I mean, look at Monday Night Raw. Come on now, let's be serious. But just seeing on what you do with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows every single fucking week is goddamn sickening. It gets me sick to my fucking stomach on what you do to these two guys. You got these guys come over from New Japan, being part of the Bullet Club, you know what I mean, and just being one of the best tag teams out there. Bring them to WWE, put them on Monday Night Raw. Look what you do to them. Look what you do to them in just over a fucking year. They were tag team champions. Venom, they were tag team champions. They went to WrestleMania as tag team champions. Well, I don't give a fuck now. I don't. What have you done for me lately? What has Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson done for me lately? Repackage them. Chad Too Bad and Tex Ferguson, because that's the only way I will give a fuck about them. They lose. They lose to the Hardys after they hit their finisher, the Boot of Doom. And basically from there, Matt reverses in some maneuver into a Swanton Bomb. Jeff Hardy hits the, did I say Swanton Bomb? He reverses it into a Twist of Fate, then a Swanton Bomb by Jeff Hardy for the win. Unbelievable. Oh, God, man. Elias Sampson's in the ring. He gets his own nameplate. And I'm not gonna go over the Gold Dust segment and R2 segment. They're gonna be facing each other next week in the ring. They're gonna have a promo or they're gonna have a match. I don't know. But they had 2 more segments this week. I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. Even though I do like Gold Dust's, his promos. It goes back to the OG, the OG Gold Dust, the old school Gold Dust. But as far as this show is concerned, I don't give a fuck. You have JoJo in number 1 Bay on the Bayless. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if she's a cheater, if she's a whore in WWE. I like whores. I like whores. Not horse. Well, and I'm but whores. I like whores. But anyway. She introduced Elias Sampson. Elias Sampson gets his own nameplate, and no one's gonna say anything about this. I'm a nameplate guy all of a sudden. You got Aleister Black with one, you got Rusev that had one, you had The Undertaker who had one, you got Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? Now, Elias Sampson, guy's own nameplate. I can see WWE utilizing Elias Sampson. I look at all the details of what they do in WWE. Off the nameplate alone, they're going to utilize him. They're going to make him big. Universal Champion. Like I said, I had visions, guys. I'm not lying to you guys. I had visions of him, in my head, of him with the guitar and holding the Universal Championship. I have visions of this. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Maybe 2 years from down the road. Maybe 3 years down the road. Something. But I just don't. I just don't see it right now. But maybe in the future. Maybe the Intercontinental Championship. I can definitely see that. Him holding the guitar with the Intercontinental Championship. Definitely would like to see that. Basically, he plays the song. Finn Balor comes out. Finn Balor gets a huge pop. And basically we're going to see something a little bit later on with Finn Balor and Elias Sampson that's going to lead into Great Balls of Fire. Finn Balor versus Bo Dallas. Finn Balor basically squashes Bo Dallas with the coup de grace for the win. And we'll get back to this a little bit later. Bo Dallas, there's going to be a little bit something going on later on. I was thinking that with him losing tonight, that, that we will see, Bo Dallas part of the Wyatt family, but no, there's going to be a new entourage, pun intended, that's going to be on Monday Night Raw soon. Basically, we see, Kurt Angle talking on the phone. Corey Graves walks in, and basically saying that, sorry, Angle didn't have a happy Father's Day. Graves says that he's got the same text Angle did. Graves has a plan. Enzo Amore and Big Cass walk in. We already talked about that. Don't want to get into that too much there because it was setting up for tonight's ending. So whatever there is irrelevant. It's basically irrelevant because we already know what happened. Seth Rollins comes out, talks about how today was awesome with the WWE 2K18 announcement. Rollins talks about being on the cover. You deserve a chance. He says that this cover is for the fans as well. Where's my fucking royalty checks, Seth? Motherfucker, man. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, man. Where's my royalty checks? Bray Wyatt comes out. Well, he doesn't really come out, but he does cuts a promo on Rollins, runs him down. Rollins responds and says that he is the man. Seth Rollins is the man, and Roman Reigns is the guy, I guess. Whatever. He's been around some of the most egotistical people in the business, but lately Wyatt has been the worst. They have words, and Ron says gods only exist in our minds. Wyatt may be a god in his own world, but he is nothing in Rollins' world. Wyatt says that he warned Rollins, anyone to take his name in vain will be punished. Wyatt warned Rollins, and now it's time to make a sacrifice. After that, we see Bray Wyatt come out to the ring. After that, Seth Rollins does a dive on Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt looks like Wile E. Coyote. He's always getting egg on his face. He's always the guy that looks dumb at the end of every single thing. And I'm quite sick and tired of it. What the fuck are you going to be doing, Bray Wyatt? You might as well cut his hair. You might as well shave his beard. And you might as well give him a new gimmick. You might as well give him a new fucking gimmick at this point. Because goddamn, you're not... Whew. Oh my goodness. WWE said last month, a little bit over a month ago, that Vince McMahon wants to try to protect Wyatt further going down the road in WWE on Monday Night Raw. This is not protecting him whatsoever. We know what's going to happen. Either Seth Rollins going to win this feud, or if Wyatt does win this feud, it's just because of some bullshit. Some Wyatt magic bullshit. For us to believe in Wyatt again, only for him to get, you know, basically to get fucking buried again. You know what I mean? But, whatever. That was the end of that feud. We see Charlie Caruso backstage, and she's being close. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful women in WWE. I probably need to go from a top 5 bay list to a top 10 bay list, because Charlie Caruso is definitely top 10 material. She is fucking gorgeous. Good lord. She's backstage with Finn Balor, asking him about what's next. Balor admits Extreme Rules didn't work out as planned, but he looked forward. All he sees is the Universal title and getting it back. She asks about tonight's main event. He gives Joe and Reigns props, but Elias Sampson, attacks him from behind and lays him out. Sampson warns Balor to never upstage him again. Sampson leaves as Devon basically comes out and checks on Balor to call for some help. There's going to be a match at Great Balls of Fire between Finn Balor and Elias Sampson. That's obvious. WWE really needs to be careful with this feud. They really need to be careful, because if Balor wins this feud, which is most likely what's going to happen, it makes Elias look weaker. If Elias wins this feud, somehow, it makes Balor look weaker, for sure. What's going to happen? I don't know. We'll have to wait until Great Balls of Fire. But they got to be careful. Akira Tozawa versus TJP. I love the Cruiserweights. I rave about the Cruiserweights, but tonight wasn't the night. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Akira Tozawa wins. After the match, Tozawa stands tall with Titus O'Neil in the ring, as he, I guess, is now part of the Titus brand, and calls for replays. We go to the replays. Titus calls for the fans to give it up for Tozawa. He announces that he and Apollo Crews will face the tag team champions later tonight. He says Tozawa is very close to signing with the Titus brand, and once he does, he will become the next Cruiserweight champion. Neville was out there on commentary. He stands up on the announce table, and he's heard enough. He calls Titus a peasant, telling him he needs to watch his tongue. Neville says he's already warned Tozawa last week to tread lightly, because if he continues to disrespect the king of the Cruiserweights, he will be annihilated. Ty says Neville doesn't look like he's a proud king. He looks like a scared little boy. Ty says Neville will surely be annihilated by the power of Tozawa. Neville versus Tozawa at Great Balls of Fire. Neville's going to win. That's all I got to say about that. We see Curtis Axel backstage trying to cheer up Bo Dallas after the loss to Finn Balor. The Miz walks up and talks about they were a lot tougher on the set of the Marine 5. He wants them to join and become his entourage. Miz promises to make the stars they deserve to be, stars their families will be proud of, which is a great touch there by the Miz. Miz calls it a casting of a lifetime. He tells them to think about it and walks off. Charlie Caruso's backstage again with Samoa Joe. He says what the fuck is this saying? He says she's asking the wrong question, how he's preparing Roman Reigns, as it should be the other way around. We see a video of Joe defeating Reigns on Raw 4 months ago. And Joe promises Reigns will leave here a broken man tonight. Joe says he's going to lock Brock Lesnar into Coquina Clutch at Great Balls of Fire, not let go of the Beast or the WWE Universal title. Joe says he's going to teach Reigns some respect about his name tonight, and he better use it when he speaks. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, very good match, as I mentioned. Don't want to get into it that much. We already went over this as well. Samoa Joe wins with the Coquina Clutch. We come back from break. And we have a Miz TV segment. Basically, what the fuck is this saying? I don't know why. I don't know why it says that the WWE Intercontinental Champion is out. What the fuck? Oh, that was showing from last week. What the fuck? Well, how come it say that there? It said that Dean Ambrose came out. Like, he didn't come out yet. But Miz has two bears in the ring. One has a sign that says, "I'm sorry," and the other one says, "Please forgive me" on it. There's also a large red box in the middle of the ring. Miz introduces his wife, Maurice. Basically, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Miz shows the clock that he fixed. He said he saw some YouTube videos, blah, 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 blah. Ambrose comes out, and Miz accidentally splashes champagne on Maurice, and by pulling her in front of the Miz. Pretty much, the Miz gets thrown into the grandfather clock, gets broken again. And who was under the bear? The bear hoods. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I guess it's a new entourage now between Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and the Miz. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel is gonna be back on TV. That's all I really care about. Miz being the head of his own faction, I want to see it. I know there's gonna be potential there. Let's wait and see. I'm ready for it. Titus Brand versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus wins. That's all we need to know. We come back from break and we get a video package for Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. Lesnar will be in at Raw next week. And pretty much this video package was pretty damn good. I am excited as shit for this match at Great Balls of Fire. We already talked about it extensively here, but this video package is making it even more exciting. They show Samoa Joe's pictures of Samoa Joe in the Indies at Ring of Honor. When they show stuff like that, when WWE acknowledges that, it makes it more real to me. It gets me more excited for little stuff like that. Can't wait to see it. Next week is gonna be great with these two guys. I just can't wait to see it. We have our main event tonight of Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. 2 fucking minutes. Nia Jax wins by disqualification. Who gives a fuck? You come back from commercial break, right? You have Alexa Bliss on commentary. Emma comes out at the announce table and confronts Bliss for walking out on her last week. Bliss pushes Emma into the table. Emma chases Bliss into the ring. Bliss hits the ring, hides behind Nia Jax. Emma wants Bliss. Jax puts Bliss in front of her and tells Emma to have at her. Emma comes with a kick, but Bliss moves out of the way and kicks Jax instead. Referee calls the match. Who gives a fuck? Oh yeah, Bayley comes out. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about what the fuck Bayley's doing there? Oh, she's more aggressive now. Who gives a flying fucking dog shit? This review went over an hour because I had a lot to say tonight, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review tonight because I just went in. I went in for an hour because there was a lot to talk about tonight. Oh my god. And of course we get our the end of the show with Big Cass and Enzo with Big Cass turning heel. That was tonight's Monday Night Raw, guys. I'm slightly giving us a thumbs up. And it's a hesitant slight. 2 things is not going to save the show. Maybe 3 things. 3 things is not going to save the show. It's not. A lot of cringeworthy stuff on the show tonight. A lot of things I didn't really give a fuck about. But it's getting us talking. And that's the important thing. And that's why I'm giving this a slightly hesitant thumbs up. If the Big Cass thing didn't happen tonight, it would have been a thumbs down for me. Even with the whole with the whole Braun Strowman thing coming, with him coming out, it will still be a thumbs down show. But yeah, 2 good things tonight. 2 great things tonight, rather. Big Cass turning heel. I don't agree with it. It was still good promo. I'm still gonna give it what it is. I just don't see the end game between these two. And I'm talking about long term. I'm not talking about I know Big Cass is gonna slaughter Enzo. I know that. I don't see the end game with Enzo. Make him a manager, put him on 205 Live, or make Big Cass I don't see what they're going to do with Big Cass after this feud. What is WWE going to do? I don't see him winning the Intercontinental Championship if The Miz is the champion. I don't see him challenging for the Universal Championship. So what the fuck are you going to do with fucking Big Cass? Is this feud going to go for 3, 4, 5 months? I can see that, unfortunately. And Braun Strowman coming back tonight is great as well. And I got another live stream tonight as well. I'm going to have to get, it's supposed to start at 11:30. I'm going to actually have to move it. I'm probably going to have to move it probably to like 12:15 tonight. Because I'm going to be streaming some Friday the 13th, guys. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching this here. You guys are fucking amazing. I love you guys to death. Daily wrestling content on the channel. Tomorrow is SmackDown Live. I don't know if I'm going to be going this long tomorrow night. You know, SmackDown will have to pull on the show of the year for me to go on this long tonight. Wild talking points here, but that is it, guys. If you did like this here, be sure to leave me a thumbs up on your way out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page, where both those links are down below. And again, guys, the whole Braun Strowman, you know, situation is great. I know that, you know, it should be a very intense match at Great Balls of Fire. The Enzo and Cass thing was good for what it was tonight. I'm not fully sold on it yet because I don't know what they're gonna go with Cass after this. I don't know what they're gonna be doing with Enzo after this. I can see this feud going on for 3 or 4 months, and that's the sad fact of it. But again, guys, I am gonna get out of here. Be sure to leave me a thumbs up on your way out. Very much so. It helps out the channel very much if you do that. It gets me closer and closer to my dreams here of doing this maybe as a job, if you guys love me that much. But guys, that's it, guys. If you did like this here, of course, follow me on Twitter, and like Facebook page, where both links are down below. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.